Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, Coloradoreinsman. As you see, I'm here with the big black monster again, Mr. Derossi, our coming 5-year-old Friesian. I've already done some round pen and groundwork with him, just a few minutes. Here on a nice cool evening in Colorado. It's looks like we might be getting a little rain. I don't know how long our video is going to be. I'm going to keep it a little shorter this evening. Just going to do his, I think it's his third ride here that I'm working on. He's really starting to come along. You know, he doesn't know a whole lot, but I've been working on bending him and softening him up a little bit, getting him to give a little bit to my hands. He's starting to get it. His groundwork and round pin work is just coming along beautifully. He's really transitioning well. So for his level right now, he's doing pretty dang good. So you saw in the first video, he gave me an issue about getting on, and I pretty much solved that. Second time I got on him, I didn't film, but second time I was able to mount him up from the ground without much problem. So I'm going to go ahead and just get on. Now I've just got a loose ring snaffle with a head stall here. Got my split reins. I'm going to check my cinch one more time. Come up a couple notches. Now I see I'm starting to get a little rain spit here, so we'll see how long this lasts. If I get 5-10 minutes of good riding, that's all I need. Now I want to just get him nice and relaxed here. Now I'm going to bounce around here. Good boy. And get up. Now that was a heck of a lot better than my first time. Good boy. And he says, I kind of got the hang of letting you up on me. Good boy. I'm going to bend him this way. Good boy. Now that was pretty soft. And you look at this big massive neck this horse has. And boy, you got to get a horse soft like this, or he is going to just pull out of your hands. So I'm going to help him a little bit. I'm going to bump him with this right leg. And I'm going to just close my fingers. So there, he just came into me. Beautiful. He's a good boy. Now I'm going to bump him with my left leg. Slide my hand, bump him with my left leg, put my weight over, and get him to bend to the left. Now I'll do more of that later on in the ride. Now I want to pick up my reins here, and I'm going to just close my fingers and say, would you come to me? And you see he's kind of rooting on the bit right there. So I'm going to bump him a little bit with my legs and roll my hands and say, come to me. Right there, he gave to me. Wait, I'm waiting for the release. Maybe I'll bend him a little bit and bump him. Straighten him up, bend him a little bit. Raise my hands right there. He gave me a release. Beautiful, young man. Remember, this is my third ride on him. Now, I've done a little ground driving with long lines with him, which really helps. And he's getting the idea. Let him. I'm going to wait for him right there to say, get off my hands. Right there, wait. He found it. Now I got nothing on those reins. That's what I'm looking to see. This is baby steps here. Really rudimentary stuff. Okay, so I'm going to ask him again. And bump, and squeeze, and give, and that's to my right eye. Very good. And let's just bend him again. He'll get to where he'll beat my head. If I bump him with my leg, he'll beat my hand back to my hip. Good boy. Alright, let's move his feet a little bit. So I'm going to pick up my reins and ask him to give. Ask him to give. Good boy. Now I'm going to roll my hip forward, and now I'll bump him slightly forward and say, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. And I'm asking him to give to my hand and move forward. Get my forward motion. Now he's pushing on me with this left shoulder. And I want to say, get off my left shoulder. There's something over here today that's bugging him. Movement or something. I don't past this spot. I don't know if it's my blue tarp had blown or something. There we go. Good boy. Now right there he wanted to come in. I cannot let him. I'm going to reach down here and just pull him around and say, quit pulling on that rein. Bump him forward. Raise, bump him with my right leg. Get him off my left leg here, shape him up. Slow him down. My outside rein's going to slow his forward motion down a little bit. Squeeze. Good boy. Shape him up. I just want him walking for a minute. And if he's taking off, I'm going to raise him up. I'm going to bend him around. I didn't tell him to trot off. I said walk and just relax. Good boy. I have a loose rein, rub him, and I didn't tell him to take off, so I'm going to bend him back around. And this will all be part of his softening exercises. I just want him to walk in softness. Well, I don't have anything on the rein, so he's just walking out on his own. I'm going to look right around the railing here, out in front of him, about 2 panel lengths, and let him find his space. And that was better. He said, okay, I got you. Now I know you lose me on the 2 sides, but he's doing pretty good. Now I'm going to bring my elbows to me and see if he brings his head in. Raise him and squeeze that rein and bump him a little bit. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And let him go. Now, he just came in off the rail again. I'm saying, no, no, I'm going to get you off my shoulder, son. Get your shoulder off. Now, I'm going to lean way over here and squeeze my right rein. Squeeze my right rein. I'm going to get him right back. Get him to give here. There. Bump him off that leg. Say, quit getting off my rail unless I ask you to. Very good. Now the air here today has a real heaviness to it. It's this kind of cloudy storm front going through. Outside this one, worry about what's on me. Okay. Hey, do not do it. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm lifting that shoulder with that rein because he wants to look out and drop his shoulder in. So I got to tell him, no, that's not exactly kosher. Now I'm going to turn him. I'm going to lift this rein, get him off my left leg. Now I'm going to bump him with my right leg and turn him around here and drive him off to the right. Now I want to reach down and bend him a little bit. I'm going to work his shoulder right here and say, get off this leg. Get off that leg. Good boy. Get off that leg. Get off that leg. Get off that leg. See, I got nothing on that rein there. I can squeeze and bump him. And work my outside rein a little bit and say, get off this leg. I'm just letting my calf flop against him and say, soften up, son. Good boy. And let's drive over here to the rail. Let's get to the rail. Let's get to the rail. I want his shoulder moving to the rail. I'm not going to ask him for a leg yield yet. I will later on in the lesson. Soften, soften. See, I'm working my legs a lot on him, telling him to give me your head. Give me your neck. This big old black neck is what I got to get on him. Because he just sticks it out there. So I'm saying, bend your neck and drive your shoulder away. And now, come around in my circle. with my outside leg. Good. Lift him up here. Move that shoulder. Keep that shoulder. See, he's pretty dull right now off my legs. I don't want to harpoon him with my spurs. He's not really feeling too much of that. I just got to get him warmed up and loosened up a little bit here. So I'm going to bring my left leg forward, bring my left rein into play, and bend him over to the right. Jib, bend him over to the right. Drive him forward. Good. Bring the reins together, slide down. Keep us forward. Got to get on him with my legs a little bit. There. There. Good. I got to circle this horse and get him to follow his nose a little bit. Follow his nose a little bit. Now these exercises you can see in any number of disciplines. Now you're going to see reiners and cutters, and everybody's softening up horses like this. But it is also in the classical work. And I have I've got a real combination of classical and so-called natural horsemanship, or I like to just call it horsemanship, that I'm going to use all these exercises to soften these great big horses up. These beautiful warm bloods and Friesians and Andalusians and all the classical horses, you want to soften them up. You don't want them hanging on the bit. So when we had world champion Morgans when I was a kid, you know, and I heard that even back then. But what I see today, what people are calling on the bit, they're hanging on them. They're just, your arms are tired, your knuckles are white by the time you get done. And I want my horses collected, but I want them soft. Good boy. Now I'm going to lift him up a little bit here. Lift him up, bump him with my legs, and ask him to trot a few tails. Just like that. And no, I'm not going to post yet. Good boy. Now I would like to get a couple, maybe a round of canter out of him. He's on the wrong lead. Good boy. It's the first time anybody's cantered this horse. Get on the saddle. That's a baby. That's a baby. Good boy. You lift him up here, move him out. Put the right leg back. Good boy. Ah, I like that. Rocking the horse canter on a big old Friesian. Lift his shoulder right here. Oh, that's sexy. I'm going to get my black hat, black chat soon, be Zorro, and then I'll sit. Look at my hands. Post down. Post down. And sit. Oh. Very good, young man. Now we just broke a huge barrier there. That's the first time anybody's ever cantered on him. And my first time on him. So I'm thrilled to death. I'm thrilled to death. And I'll tell you what, it's smooth. I wish I could just go ahead and win the lottery and buy this horse, because man, I'm telling you, if you want a Friesian, this is the horse of a lifetime for a lot of people. And he's a super nice guy. He's got a great mind. He's gonna be soft as silk. Right there, I asked him to move over. Now let's go ahead and get the canter this way, and then I'll do a few exercises, and we're gonna call it a day. bump him right here, get him soft, good boy. Let's ask him to try. Then I'll lift his shoulder. I'll reach in, lift his shoulder, bump him off the leg, put the left leg back, and oh, I love this stuff, man. Just transition down. These guys are so big in their movement, it behooves you to come down into a post. And now I'll pick up my reins, bump him with my legs, and sit. I want to trot him out in collection. Now see, I didn't want to hold him back to canter him. There we go. Now I'll just sit. I'm going to sit down, squeeze my rein, just squeeze. Slow him down. Woo. Lift my shoulder, bump him right here, bring him in off the rail. Turn him a little bit, slide in here and turn him. Good boy. Now he's kind of driving that shoulder out, so I'll put my leg forward and squeeze that rein. Squeeze that rein. And use my fingertips. I'm using lightest pressure I possibly can on this guy, because man, I don't want him to start pushing on this bit. That would be the crying shame of the century. Teach this horse the wrong thing. Now I'm pumping him, just saying, let's keep moving. Now I'll put him my left leg and try and get a transition without him stopping. Yeah, he's almost there. And get him soft, and soft, and soft. And I say, give me that head. Ah, good boy. I'll let him walk out. Up, walk out, son. With the loose rein. Walk out, son. Good boy. Pick up this rein, and I'm just going to ask him to turn. Good boy. I'm going to pick up this rein, and I'm just going to turn and look where I want to go and get him to start feeling my seat. And just touch that rein and touch that rein, and maybe put my outside leg forward and ask that shoulder to come around. Now I got to get on him a little bit there. He's dead there. Good boy. Oh, he's softened up. Driving forward. Soften him up. Good boy. Soften him up. Soften him up. There we go. And who? Very good. Now I'm going to bump him right here and say, give me your head. Give me your head. Give me your head. I'm saying, get off my hands there. Change my seat and bump him back a little bit. I want to let him feel. So you bump him back, he's like, what do I do? He's thinking about it. Right there, he gave me a step. Now we haven't done a lot of backup yet, but this is where we're going to start. I'm going to ask him to get off my legs here and get off my hands and give to my hands. Good. Now let me change my seat and bump him back. Thinking about it. One. He's heavy on my hands here, so I'm going to do something different. I'm going to bend him, and then I'm going to draw this rein back and bump him back. Draw this rein back and bump him back. There's one. Two. Good boy. Reach over here. Now, if he stiffens up his neck, you won't back this horse up. We got to get him soft. There. Now I'm going to draw this rein back to me and bump him with my outside leg and get that step. Oh, he figured it out. Good boy. I'm going to bend him here, draw this rein back, bump him back with this outside foot. Now I'll bump him back with both feet because he wanted to turn in. One. He's got to back off. He's got to back off. Back off. Back up. There you go. It's ugly as sin. Who cares? Now let's try this. Bump him down. Squeeze him. Squeeze him. Wait for it. Squeeze him. There. Now, I want to lift his just lightly with my fingertips. Work him. There. Good boy. Let's pick him up again. Got to get him soft in my hands first. Soft. Roll my seat. Bump him. 1, 2, 3. Good boy. Okay. So that's like one of the first times I backed him up. And that's pretty dang good. Yeah. Now I want to get over here to bending again. I cannot do enough bending with this horse. Good boy. Good boy. I'm going to bump him over here and tell him I'm coming to this side, and then he'll just come in. Bump him with my right foot now. I don't even want to pull a rein. Don't even want to pull a rein yet. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think for Derossi's third ride, he's doing pretty dang good. Now some out there might go, well, you're asking too much of that young colt. I'm asking a lot of him. You might think I'm asking a lot of him, bending and moving those shoulders and working that rib cage and softening up that neck. But I've been doing this long enough to see a bunch of horses out there, especially in the dressage world and warm blood world, that these young colts, people are trying to ride them in classes and they don't have any softness. I know way too many young kids that are getting tossed off their hunter jumpers because they can't move the rib cage and that horse stiffens its neck out, drops them and flops them over. I know too many people that are trying to ride a 2 or 3 year old warm blood that you can't bend their head around. And you look at the size of this neck right here and the size of my puny old arm, and I guarantee you, if you don't soften that up, he will overpower you. If you hang on that mouth on the bit where you're just always pressure there and he doesn't have any softness, then eventually you're going to be in trouble. See, right here, I'm going to show you. My pressure here is going to be these fingers. And I'm going to ask him right there with my hands. See, he's hanging on me. That's what a lot of people call on the bit. So what are my legs for? I'm going to say, get off my hand. See, I'm not going to move this hand anymore. I'm going to say, get off my hand. Watch him soften and look for the release of my legs. Soften. He's going, what am I supposed to be doing here? Backing up or softening? I'm saying soften because my legs are at position 1. Good. Now I'm going to bend him a little bit and say, now soften. Right there. See, that's how I would like to ride without him hanging on me. I'm a long way from that. Long way from that. But we're about 2.5 months from finishing with him. And he will not be a finished horse by any means. He will be a well-started horse. And I'm going to get him to where 2 fingers is all I need on this guy. So, third ride, ladies and gentlemen, on Derossi. Remember, he is going to be for sale. His owner is going to have him up for private treaty after this. So, they're working on getting him appraised. As far as I know, it's going to be under 30 if you're looking for a fantastic horse. One that, if you ever had the dream of riding across a misty meadow on a big black horse, this is it. Good boy. Okay, that's all for today. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned. Who's a baby? Who's a big baby? Oh, he's a baby. Who's a baby? I have to teach you to bow so you can bow to the people soon. He's a sweetheart. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.